If you're thinking about grabbing the FLIR ONE Gen 3 thermal camera, wait just a second, because today, I'm diving deep into why this infrared device might not be the tech savior you expect. The FLIR One promises crystal clear thermal imaging directly through your iPhone, with super resolution and handy inspection guides. But here's what surprised me. While the specs sound great on paper, the real-world performance leaves a lot to be desired. Most reviews sing its praises, but hold on, there's a catch that no one's talking about. Stick with me, because I'll reveal the hidden problems that could cost you time, money, and headaches. Plus, later on, I'll share who this device actually works for and how to get the best deal without falling for buyer's remorse. Let's dig in. First off, let's break down what the FLIR ONE Gen 3 is supposed to do. This little gadget plugs directly into your iPhone's Lightning port, so if you have an iPhone 14 or older, you're good to go. FLIR flaunts its vivid IR tech, which magically upscales the thermal image resolution from a barely there 80 x 60 pixels to a supposedly sharper 240 x 180, blending this with their MSX tech to overlay thermal and visual details in real time. Sounds cool, right? It's marketed as a commercial-grade thermal imager perfect for home inspections, automotive diagnostics, and even industrial use. Plus, the app comes loaded with thermal inspection guides that help users hunt down issues like air leaks or moisture buildup. On paper, this makes it look like a DIY superhero sidekick. But here's where the plot thickens. Despite the decent 4.3-star average rating on Amazon and the $214 price tag, many users report that the image quality is still less than stellar, especially when you expect it to rival expensive standalone thermal cameras. The resolution, yes, it's technically better than the previous models, but don't expect to see pinpoint clarity. Some reviewers even joke that trying to spot electrical faults with this is like trying to find a needle in a haystack dressed as a thermal chicken. The thermal images can appear blurry, grainy, or prone to glare issues that misinterpret the heat signatures, leading to false alarms. For professionals or serious inspectors, this is a deal-breaker. Now, let's talk about the real-world accuracy claims. FLIR says the device measures temperature within plus or minus 3 degrees C or plus or minus 5%, which sounds precise until you realize this only holds true within certain temperature ranges. 15 degrees C to 35 degrees C for the unit, and 5 degrees C to 120 degrees C for the scene. If you're working in colder or hotter environments, the readings might be all over the place. Imagine doing a home inspection in a chilly basement or checking engine heat on a scorching day only to get wildly inaccurate data. It's like trying to use a chocolate teapot. You think it'll work, but it just melts away your confidence instead. The FLIR ONE Gen 3 touts being tough enough for job site use, surviving drops from 1.5 meters, but durability isn't just about rough handling. Some users report connectivity issues, like the camera suddenly disconnecting from the phone or the app crashing mid-inspection. Frustrating. Absolutely. This is an expensive tool, yet it sometimes behaves like it's still in beta testing mode. The rushed connection protocols and reliance on the smartphone's charging port introduce vulnerabilities. One joke making rounds is that this camera has two job descriptions: thermal imaging and randomly disconnecting specialist. You might be wondering, who asterisk should actually consider the FLIR ONE Gen 3 despite these issues? Here's the honest scoop. It works best for casual users, homeowners interested in occasional DIY troubleshooting, and hobbyists who want to peek into thermal imaging without spending thousands. If you're running complex industrial inspections or need something highly accurate and reliable every time, you'll want an upgrade. The FLIR ONE Gen 3 is your entry-level pass into thermal imaging, but don't expect to replace professional equipment or avoid follow-up visits from experts. Speaking of the app, the included inspection guides are a neat feature. They walk you step by step through common home inspection scenarios, covering problems like air leaks, moisture intrusion, and insulation gaps. This is a solid plus, especially for newbies who don't know what they're looking for. But here's the kicker. If the thermal image quality is fuzzy, following the guide becomes guessing work rather than clear diagnosis. It's like giving someone a treasure map where half the landmarks are invisible. Still, the app regularly updates and adds functionality, which shows FLIR is committed to improving the software side. Let's pause for a moment and imagine the ideal buyer scenario. Say you're a homeowner who's a bit curious and handy, wants to check if there's hidden mold or air leaks in your attic, or confirm if pipes are freezing without calling a professional. The FLIR ONE Gen 3 can save you a few bucks and offer immediate insights with the snap of your phone. But if you're a contractor or inspector who relies on crystal-clear images for accurate reports, this device might cause more headaches than help. Plus, the dependency on your phone's battery life and storage adds another layer of inconvenience. Don't get me wrong, having a thermal camera that fits in your pocket is handy, but there's a reason standalone units aren't going anywhere. They're built for serious work. Now to address the $214 price tag. Is it worth it? Considering similar attachments and thermal cameras on the market, the FLIR ONE Gen 3 is in the mid-range zone. You pay a premium for the brand name and app integration, but sacrifice raw performance. There are others in the $150–200 range, offering better resolution or more stable hardware without integration hassles. It's a classic case of paying for convenience rather than cutting-edge tech. So if you want the best bang for your buck, you might want to hold off or consider competitors. But if you're attracted to the FLIR ONE's slick design and phone compatibility, it's a trade-off. Before I let you go, a quick word on battery and usage. Because this device plugs into your phone, it drains your battery faster than you'd expect, especially if you're using it outdoors where signal strength is poor and the app runs heavy image processing. Remember to bring a power bank, unless you want your phone to die mid-inspection and turn your thermal detective outing into a modern ghost hunt. Also, the device heats up slightly after prolonged use, which might be uncomfortable in your hand but not a deal breaker. Let's lighten things up with a couple more jokes. I promise they're thermal related. Why did the thermal camera break up with its partner? Because it felt there was no heat in the relationship. And here's one. What did the heat wave say to the FLIR ONE? You're just too cool for me. Okay, back to business. Despite the flaws, the FLIR ONE Gen 3 is still a decent choice for those dipping their toes in thermal imaging. The convenience factor and app-guided workflow are especially attractive for tech enthusiasts and curious homeowners. Plus, FLIR's customer support is responsive and often helpful, which can make a difference if you hit a snag. So here's my final verdict. Don't rush out to buy the FLIR ONE Gen 3 thinking it's a professional-grade thermal camera that will revolutionize your inspections overnight. However, if you want an accessible, user-friendly entry-level thermal camera that integrates nicely with your iPhone and provides decent performance for basic tasks, this product delivers. Think of it as the thermal camera version of a Swiss Army knife. Not perfect, sometimes frustrating but versatile enough to keep in your pocket. Just temper your expectations and you won't be disappointed. Ready to take the plunge? I've dropped the best price link on Amazon in the description below, so you can grab the FLIR ONE Gen 3 without the usual fuss. Remember, knowing what you're buying and who it's really for means smarter purchases and less regret. If you enjoyed this review and want more honest insights on gadgets before you shop, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious and keep protecting your home and gear with a little thermal insight.